Hello everyone, and welcome to Islands, Non-Places. I figured this is one I'm gonna do by myself rather than with Zan, because we've been missing for a while, and I'm in the mood to experience stuff and talk about shit. So I'll talk over this and see what happens. Let's see where this goes. I wasn't expecting it to be a rotating thing. Here we are. So, how have you all been? Hopefully you've been good. Oh, bus stop. Yeah, I've been in a weird mood lately. This kind of reminds me of the shit I was doing when I was on holiday. I basically, I went on holiday to try and chill out and just sort of experience things. I realised that I'm doing stuff too much where it's a case of like being like, oh, I need to meet this goal and I need to meet that goal, and it's good to be goal orientated, I guess, but it was getting too much for my head, and I was like, I need to like get something where I can savor the journey, like on this bus, for example. Huh. I wasn't expecting this to go here. So there's eggs coming out of the bus. I wasn't expecting the bus to sink into the floor either. Huh. That's cool. But yeah, I've been having these weird things where I was like, I want to just sit back and experience shit and just not have to worry about things. So, weirdly enough, I took my cameras and basically tried to film something so I can talk about like my own mental health and fucking just everything. And I'm currently at work just sort of putting that together. So I'll probably upload that at some point. Not on here, obviously, because I mean, well, this is slightly more serious than I normally do, but it'll probably be on Vimeo or something. 'Cause this isn't the type of place for that. This is for games and silly shit, which you need every so often. Oh, the eggs are baking. Oh, we're on level 2, I guess. God, that actually made me jump. Huh. go. But yeah, been having one of those fucking weeks, I guess. It's another one where I wasn't expecting this to be where it was going. Huh. This game is, like, really interesting. There's a gauge. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I mean. It's like sometimes you gotta sit back and experience things. It's like, I don't know, because I'll be honest, my brain's just been fucking fried lately. Like, there's nothing specific. It's nothing. It's just one of those things. I mean, I go more into detail of it with the fucking movie, but I don't know. But then this is one thing I've always wanted to explore anyway, is like fucking, because this is less of a game kind of thing, and this is more like an interactive art installation. And that was one thing I decided to do while I was on holiday, was like trying like channel that weird feeling into like art stuff. So I ended up going around and doing photography and like the filming and shit like that, because it was a new experience. Because instead of being, because most of my creative work is like this, or like music or things like that. Oh, we've got a leak. Oh. Oh, is that good? Ah, we're gonna wait. Huh. There we go, I think we've got it working again. It's weird seeing all this hidden shit inside what could most people consider just like a really simple water fountain. And that's not necessarily what's inside actual water fountains, but interesting idea. Here we go. There we are, the water fountain's working again. Oh, we fade out and I guess we're on to experience number 3. This is a really weird, like, intriguing sort of thing. And ooh, we've got red stuff now. Oh, we've got pine trees. Is there a thing there that makes them move across? Apparently so. Oh, they're all just waiting in a queue. queue of trees. Oh, it's gonna get a bit crowded up here in a minute. I'll tell you one thing that's come out of all of, like, the shit that I've been feeling in my head and stuff. I've been trying to be more positive towards, like, my friends and acquaintances and stuff. Oh, I can click on these. Just because... it'd be... I don't know. Like, I'd want the same for me, I guess. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know how long I've got to know people. Like, so I may as well tell them now that they're fucking amazing than wait. You know? But ooh, water in the trees. I guess that do-do-do is like a go-to-work bell in this case. Oh, yep. They were just stopping for a break, and now I guess they're all going on their journey up. But yeah, see? You never know if, like, small acts of kindness or just positive words or whatever are gonna make a difference to someone. I mean, I don't know. That's my thought on it anyway. Like, turning around and being like, that's why, like I said, I've been trying to be more positive towards people. Now what's this? Oh, it's a fridge. Thought it was a monolith. What do we fancy to drink? Oh, jeez. I didn't mean to get all of them. Oop. There's another glowing one somewhere there. Guess I'm gonna have to slowly click all of these. Just sort of look for the glowing ones. Is that there's another one? This is... I can see why this came under the... Oh jeez, oh jeez. I can see why this kinda came on... Kinda see why this came under the relaxing thing. But yeah, I think the glowing's got a bit too much. This has lost control. But that's another thing that I wanted to get into, is like weird soundscape shit, like that you heard then, because it's, I don't know, it'd be an interesting alternative to trying to write music that actually fits like someone's main sensibilities, you know? Like, to be able to just write something you just put on an experience rather than be like, oh, here's a verse, here's a chorus. I mean, even though Fornius got to a point where it's like, oh, here's like part 1 and part 2 and part 3, and like part 1 might not relate to part 3 and part 2 might just be whatever. But I mean, like, I found this label called rail cables, because me and my girlfriend Vicky were going around in Manchester, and we were looking in all like the record shops and shit, and I found these couple like the rail cables compilations, and I couldn't afford to buy the actual vinyls at the time, right? But then there's a laptop. But then what happened was I ended up looking them up online. And then because I looked them up online, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna actually buy those 2 vinyls that I got. So that I saw, but I couldn't buy at the time. So I thought, well, I'll buy those. And then the cool thing was, the dude who runs rail cables, he was like, in a post, he was like, oh, I'll do custom like mix CDs for people. And like whenever they order something. So it was a case of like, I ordered these things, and because I didn't specify, he just made this thing. But I didn't realize that was what would happen. So I ordered this these 2 vinyls, right? And then these flashing now as well, yeah. And then what happened was I ended up getting the 2 vinyls and then getting this weird CD as well, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I opened it up, and it was like just a written like a computer burned CD that with no writing on it, and the only labeling on it on the thing was a photo on the that he taped to the front and back of the paper sleeve of the burned CD. And then what happened was, so I got this CD, and I was like, what is this? This is weird. Maybe I got sent by accident. So what I did was I then went into the car. I was like, oh, because I listen to all my music in the car, right? And then as I'm listening to the music in the car, what I ended up doing was finding out that, sorry, I keep repeating myself, that's because this is blaring in my ears, and I can't hear what I'm actually saying. But what happened was I got this CD and I was like, you know, I'm gonna have a listen to it, and I will. So I ended up listening to that and seeing what it was about, and the first thing that happened was this really weird track that was built from someone like repeating phrases combined with white noise and all sorts of weird shit, and then it changed into something else and then into something else, and none of the pieces were like related to each other. And it was, sorry, I'm just clicking everywhere trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do next, if I'm supposed to do anything. But yeah, I was listening to this CD and it gave me, I was like, this is one of the most unique things I've ever heard, and I really want to try doing something like that. So I ended up getting a load of stuff and talking to the guy for a bit on like Twitter, and it kind of ties into what I was saying earlier about the arty kind of stuff and taking photos, because my idea was I'm going to write music that goes with the photos. But I don't know, we'll see how... What the fuck am I doing? Oh. Clearly just not clicking on the right bit. Ah, you're gonna click on the glowing. That makes sense, I guess. So you'll probably be hearing the ring as well. Oh, on do we go. And now it's just fish. But this game kind of reminds me of that experience of those weird soundscapes, because you don't know what's coming next, and it's interesting the idea of being able to invoke that in people, like rather than being like, oh, here's a rhythm you can bob your head to, or like here's lyrics to get attached to, just writing something that makes someone just think about their own feelings and what's in their own head, and you know, I mean, that's what it did to me anyway. It was like a case of being suddenly aware of like half of the shit floating around in my head that I couldn't sort of grab hold of before. And I want to be able to write something that coincides with that. Oh, well, like an airport thing now. Cool. If I've learned anything from now, it's... Oh. Click on the luggage. So we'll just wait for it to rotate and we can click all of these then, I guess. Yeah. Oop! Something else is happening. This is weird. I think I'm supposed to close the suitcases back up. Yeah, because all the ones that I closed have vanished. So these are just the ones I missed. There we go. But That was a thing that happened recently as well. Stan Lee died. Mike will have talked about that already on the channel, as you will have seen. But that was weird. It was another one of those things where it's like... even though you don't know a person, it hits you. But... it's just one of those things, really. Circle of everything, I guess. It's like I had to do CPR for the first time the other week. Unfortunately, the person didn't make it. I wasn't surprised that to a point where they were elderly. Everyone knows I work as a carer, but yeah, that was an interesting experience. Like, oh, there's a car over there. Oh, it's parking up. Hello. Dish. Oh, they've left the seatbelt on. Lights on even. Oh, this is the person's house, I guess. A tiny house though, it's only as long as it well, then again, that's why he's got it 2 floors. I say he, very presumptuous of me. Tell you what I like about the sound design is as you turn it, you can hear the sound change from where you're looking as well. Like as I was turning the building there, you could hear it coming from different parts of wherever you're looking into the house, which kind of makes sense. We're flicking through the TV channels for him. Oh, guess we broke it. Well, he sounds fed up. He's clomping about everywhere. Oh, he's going to the bathroom again. Oh no, he's brushing his teeth. Something's pinging. There we go. Here's another person. Oh, here's some more people coming home. Oh, the other person parked on top of this guy's house. So he's gonna have to wait to go in his. He only gets a 1 bedroom. A 1 floor one. See how much space he has in the garage. There you go. Not much really, it's just the parking space. Get out the sides though. Oh, right. This person's house, the garage is on the top floor. I guess. Or he just lives in a ridiculously tall house. I guess he lives in a ridiculously tall house. Can't jump or move from my vantage point, so I can't see. Yeah. Oh. Another one coming up. Glimpse into the future. Yeah, this is a weird, interesting one. I don't know, if any of you watching take anything from this, take the idea of, like... Nope, that doesn't work. Take the idea of trying to make at least your loved ones, trying to make them happy, I guess. Because... oh, it's extending. That was not what I was expecting to happen. But okay. The other thing you can take from this is just fucking embrace the weird sometimes. And like just embrace experience. Because if you're too busy like fucking about, thinking about like just general shit, all you're gonna focus on... oh. All you're gonna ever focus on is just... nonsense. Like just... general rigmarole that will stress you out. And sometimes you just gotta... you gotta fucking hope that something else comes along, I guess. Oh jeez. Didn't like that. Oh, so that one's going to bed. Oh, I can see it spinning. I could. But, oh, we're in a new one again. I know this has just been me generally rambling about philosophy and shit over the top of it, but I mean, if you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. I mean, it's just a case of, like, if you wanted something to watch to chill out or whatever and just, like, feel connected to someone, you know? Because that was the thing. That was why I ended up going on a holiday and just sort of filming shit and trying to talk to a camera and talking to this, because I've always had a problem with, like, talking to actual people about the shit that's going on in my head. Because I mean, the last time, like, whenever I've spoken about stuff before, I've generally got, like, really strange looks. Because, like, if you've had things like, I don't even know if I've got mental health well, I guess I have, because I mean, I had a fucking panic attack at work once, so but I'm just like a feel of general disconnection from the fucking universe. Oh, it's not others flashing. Oh. This kind of reminds me, like, this was the type of stuff that I was talking about when I was having problems with trying to explain to people. It was like a feeling that I wasn't actually here, you know? Like a feeling that, oh, cool, flowers. Huh. Like a feeling that nothing was real, or like that I can call people on these flowers. Like phone flowers. Cool. Weirdly, it's making its own music. See, now this is the kind of thing that I was talking about, like, where it's not like standard music, but it's like these weird soundscapes and shit. But yeah, I had like these things where I was just disconnected from. Oh, that's the last one. I don't know if that means we're done or here's the last one. Now this kind of reminds me of the stuff I was taking photos of, like how rude the composition. It was all industrial shit, and because I mean, like, I like the idea of desolation in nature, because that's kind of how I feel. Just like, yeah, nature is beautiful, but also can be a fucking terrible place, and just the idea of connecting to that desolation would, I guess, make me feel less scared of fucking eternity. And not being connected to anything, because I'd feel like, and this is gonna sound fucking weird, it would be like trying to, ooh, camera angle change. It'd be like I was trying to explain it to a coworker once. and then decided that never explaining it to anyone ever again unless they were professional. But hey, I'm talking to you lot about it, so yeah, fuck it, why not? Not many people are gonna fucking watch this anyway, so ooh. But it was like a case of like thinking I wasn't fucking real, or like that if I like, it was weird. It was like I get itchiness in my leg or something, and then if I was scratching it, I'd feel like, rather than being like, oh, the itch is gone, I'd feel like it burrowed its way deeper, and like you just want to scratch harder and harder and start ripping the leg open. And like if I started pulling off all the fucking outer layers underneath, it'd just, rather than muscle and stuff, it'd just be like all machinery and pus and nothing. And like the idea that I'm trapped inside my own body, but like not in a fucking I'm in the wrong body kind of way, but in a kind of that's all the human condition is. Like, it's your whatever that makes you you. It's like just trapped in your own fucking shell, and you can't can get out. And it's just, I'm trying to explain that to someone at work, and they're just giving me weirder and weirder looks. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't talk about this sort of shit. But, and this was a while ago, which is why I guess it sort of built up to a point where I was like, I can't fucking stand anything anymore. I need to go somewhere for a week and just try and forget everything, and just fucking, I don't know. I know I'm swearing a lot. This is how I talk. Sorry for the yawn. It's like 3 in the morning. What time is it? 4:15 in the morning. And instead of sleeping, I'm doing this because I need to fucking explain what's going in my head, and why like this channel's been dead, and why I've been fucking behind with every single fucking project I've taken on. Like, there's videos that I'm supposed to be editing that I haven't done, some for this channel, some for other people. Like, there's a music score that I'm trying to write that I'm still fucking behind on, and there's fucking just half the time when I'm picking up a guitar, I can't, like, it just, ideas don't fucking solidify in my head anymore. And it's like losing everything that makes me me, you know? But I guess this is why I wanted to think less about the fucking tasks and more about the journey. Because then, if I'm thinking about the journey and just like taking my time and taking it all in and reveling in the fucking wonders of the universe, and realizing like I am here, and I've got fucking brilliant friends and know so many fucking talented people, and like I fucking love my son, and all of that, and like that there are people who like kind of understand what's going on in my head. Maybe that'll help, you know? I mean, if any of you feel that same way, like, feel free to just fucking, like, my Twitter's in the fucking in the description. Just feel free to send me a message on there or whatever. But it's just one of those things. Well, I'll figure it out eventually. You know, we'll all figure out our purposes in the end. I don't know whether that's it or not. It kind of reminds me of what I'm doing right now. Again, sending signals into the ether and hoping for an answer. Thank you, Carl Burton. That was an experience, even if I was talking over it. Maybe one day there will be an answer. You never know. Till then, I guess that's the end of this. See you next time.